So who is the player to watch for Georgia's game against the Hogs? There's only one for me. And as many good players as Georgia has, where you're talking about George Pickens, newcomers like Jermaine Burton, Marcus Roseme, what's Darnell Washington going to look like? How about James Cook? How good is he? I really want to see what Zamir White is all about in this game. Because when you start thinking about the path that he's traveled to get to this moment, he really should be the premier back, or the 15 carry a game guy. That's going to be Zamir. What does he look like in those 15 carries? That should get you 100 yards in this Georgia offense, and we're just going to see. I personally have spent time with Zamir and know that area of the country relatively well because I went to college up there. And it's hard not to cheer for Zamir. This will be his last year at Georgia unless something changes. He's going to go on to the NFL and change his life. But I think a lot of people are cheering for Zamir, not just because of the 2 ACLs, but really because he has been so driven in his time at Georgia. And he's not made a lot of fuss. He's fought for the program and the team a lot. And if you dealt with him at all, you would know there's something in him, about him, whatever you want to call it. He is extremely determined, I think. And this first game is what is so important it is very important to set the tone in this first game. There's only 10 games in this season, in the regular season. And injuries with running backs happen in the SEC. And Zamir knows that. He's already dealt with it in non-contact. It's go time. And that's why I want to see, is he going to build on the Sugar Bowl the same way like a guy like DeMario Mentor did in 2002, going into 3 and beyond for the rest of his career at Georgia? He took the opportunity to start at a bowl game into the 2002 Sugar, and then it was a bowl game early in his career. I'm pretty sure it was a Sugar. And then he built from there, Mentor. And for Zamir, with DeAndre gone, he had the ability to show everyone, hey, listen, I'm the 5-star back too. I'm just telling y'all, you've not seen his special ability yet. It hasn't been out there. You saw a glimpse of it against Vanderbilt at the beginning of last year. That's what I saw a lot of when he was in high school, when I was following his recruiting. But the Zamir I have seen is deadly, and you don't want any part of that. I talked to Jordan Davis about that when he was at Mallard Creek and they played Scotland. I think he was glad he was playing offense that night because no one really laid a hand on Zamir. I mean, when he got tackled, it was a lot of people, and almost every time he made people miss. He scored a bunch of touchdowns against the best, what was coming returning back is the best team in North Carolina from the year before. He's a gifted player, and he's really been challenged by injury and circumstances. And I just want to see what a 21-year-old Zamir is like. How driven is he? What's he going to be like physically? And how does he perform? Because just because you get now to what would be normally your junior year, for him a redshirt sophomore year, just because you're 3 years in doesn't mean you're guaranteed anything. And someone who's lived the life that Zamir has, I think understands that. So that's why I'm so curious to see what will it be like to have worked as hard as he has and to get to this moment in Fayetteville and to get his big chance to shine. I mean, the Sugar Bowl was that too, but what's it going to be like for Zamir to shine with a whole new season? Everything's in front of Zamir. It's money time. I mean, I think this is going to be his last year at Georgia, so he's going to have to pack a lot in a little amount of time. I know he can do it because I've seen. This guy is not normal. And so I think that's the part I'm most curious to see on Saturday. I want you to take a look at another high school phenom right here, Brock Vandagriff, 5-star kid committed to the Dogs. He really lit up the opposition in that video. You'll have a good chance to get a feel of what you got coming with Brock Vandagriff here in a couple of years.